Hey, everybody.
Welcome back.
Welcome
Week
back.
5, baby.
We're
Week
here.
100,
Spirits of the Round Table.
spiritual beings.
And we've already got your happy birthday this week, too, because Jacob 2 weeks ago
Oh,
gave
that's
the
he
happy
said
birthday.
happy birthday for
to
everybody
everyone.
in the world.
Well, I'm still going to say it, so
okay.
yeah.
Well, welcome back to the Round Table. We have a returning guest that we decided we like him enough just to keep him around.
Probably.
Thanks,
I'm
guys.
Jury's
Tyler's
still out
here.
for me.
Tyler's here.
Tyler is
Jury's
here, and
still
he
out
is
for me.
not queer.
It is.
Sorry.
Sorry, not
Sorry, I'm not.
Don't be sorry. Be who you are. Love who you are.
Love who you are. Blah. So how's everybody been?
How have you been?
How have you been,
Oh,
bitch?
I've been
You're the
great.
You're the one that we need to be asking. How have you been?
I see your fairy wings.
If I'm seeing my fairy wings, I've been great.
Yeah.
What you been doing?
Where you been?
I've been traveling.
Where you been going?
Where you been?
Tyler hates this right now.
I'm so jealous.
Jealousy is
Hate that for
green.
you.
He's green with jealousy.
I just returned from Ireland.
Green. You know what else is green?
Ireland.
Oh,
It's green like
very-
you've never seen.
It's green.
I've never seen it.
I've never seen it
You
also.
know who has seen it though? Who's saying he's jealous?
Yeah.
Tyler.
He has seen
Okay.
But
it.
I'm still jealous.
Okay. Just saying though.
So yeah, I
You
just
don't
got
hear
back
me
from
being a bitter
Ireland.
Betty.
Today I was going to talk a little bit about my trip and some of the things that I've learned while I was there.
Okay, what'd you learn?
And then we'll tie it all up at the end and talk about some Celtic, I would say mythology, but I don't know if it's considered mythology because it's
it kind
still
of ties into it.
very relatable these
Yeah.
days.
100%.
Yeah.
Is it really a myth if it was true?
That's
that's a
the
good question.
existential question, Jacob. Very good question. Ho, ho, ho. So I just want to tell you guys about my trip to Ireland
Yeah,
and
please
some
do.
things that I've learned about spirituality while I was over there.
I love
right?
that.
And Tyler may roll his eyes this whole time.
He rolled them.
I would never. I would never.
Remember when we said we invited him full time?
I know. I know.
Did we get a written contract?
No contract.
Okay. Well, there we go.
I'll just sit here in silent judgment.
Yeah. So Tyler, let's just give a little bit of background for you and how you fit in this group, right? When we talk about our spiritual stuff, what are your feelings about that kind of stuff?
I'm very. So I would say I'm very captivated by it. I think it's very interesting. I don't. This sounds judging. I don't mean it to sound judging. I don't buy into all of it. I look
There's
at
some stuff that you
think that
can
it,
understand.
Yes,
and
100%.
appreciate.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I think that would. Even if I don't buy into a lot of it, I still appreciate
What
most
What
of it.
did you send to Kaylin this week? And what did you say?
Yeah,
about that?
There was the video of the ravens, like it was like a massive amount of birds flying over Israel, and I just put the Morgan.
And
Is
yeah,
it Morrigan?
and I mean, if you sit though, and you've listened to all the podcasts up until this date, including the one where we talked about the Tuatha De Danann. Again, don't hate us if we mispronounce it, but like knowing the geopolitical climate that we're in, seeing all of that, you can't help but be like, okay, mother is mothering.
It's very interesting, yes. So that's where like I'm skeptical, which I think I'm a skeptic in everything. Like,
Are you a skeptic of me?
that's fair.
even yes.
I mean,
Oh.
I'm
even growing up, I was always kind of skeptical about.
I
a
feel
lot
like
of
that.
things.
Yeah, I was always questioning everything with Christianity.
Yeah.
I was the kid that would
Yeah.
get in trouble in church, and it's like, so here's a loophole.
Well, I think
like
I think that's kind
Can
of
we talk about this loophole? with this?
I think that's why I'm skeptical more now than ever.
Yeah.
Because I grew up in church and kind of just bought
Yeah.
into everything, and now I'm a little more skeptical than
That
I
whole
used to be.
deconstruction
Yes.
stage, yeah.
And so I guess I'm like, but I'm always been kind of like that. But I'm also, I feel like I'm very curious about stuff too, like because I teach history, and so
What
I
you
like
didn't
that.
know was tonight is your interview. We said you were here full time, but we're taking notes.
Round
So,
one.
Tell me about a time that you were with a customer and how did you react?
So all of that to say is that he's very
Skeptical.
I think he likes to poke more fun just
think
me
he's-
and us than just.
But
I
you
think
have
he
an op-
believes it a little bit more than
you have
he
an
puts
open
on.
mind.
I believe it more than I let on.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah,
definitely
you-
have an open
you
mind
have
to
an
it.
open
But
mind.
it's
Do you
more
think
fun
we're
just to
witches?
poke fun at you.
Yeah.
Do I believe in witches?
Do you think we're witches?
Do I think you're witches? No.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. I think Kaylin could be pretty close at times. That wasn't an insult. I mean, like, just the stuff that you
That's
do.
pretty
and
witchy.
stuff. I
That
didn't
is
mean
not
to
an insult to me at all.
be- Jonathan, the way you're looking at me, I'll say that I think you're a witch too, if that makes
What do you think I am?
Chaotic.
Maybe we need to have a discussion one day of what he thinks a witch actually is.
Yeah.
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 Do you think it's just someone
To
who
be
wears pointed
fair,
hats and
though,
shoes?
I mean, this is nothing about what we were talking about today. And
Yeah.
this is a whole other thing.
Right.
Whole other podcast. But like, Christians are kind of witches too. They pray to like a spiritual being, and they're like, you know, drinking the blood
Yeah.
of a man.
That's a blood ritual.
Yeah,
it's just
that's
grape
literally
juice.
a blood ritual.
Just
so.
grape juice. Yeah, most of the time.
I mean, it is, or sometimes wine, but regardless, it's
Well, that's where I would maintain, and I know this is also, that's where I would maintain almost every modern religion takes pagan ideas. They just don't realize it.
They do.
well. That's the entirety
Exactly.
of this entire podcast.
Yeah.
it all
It
ties
is.
back to we are one.
Yeah.
And it kind of ties into what I'm going to talk about.
It does.
About
Tell
my
me, Jimmy,
trip.
please.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to tell you guys a little bit about how the universe works for me in my favor. Okay. So
what?
works in my favor.
Okay, yeah, tell me.
And for each of you as well, if you want it to be, you know. So I went to Ireland. I was there for a week. I went by myself. Typically, I'm not lonely. Okay. Typically, I'm not lonely if I'm in the country. If I'm in the city, I get a little lonely. Okay. Because I'm like,
it's hard to put yourself out there.
what do I do? I'm in a
Yeah.
city by myself.
You are such a social person because you do not shy away. I mean, for instance, Jacob once told you we were out somewhere and he was like, go talk to that man sitting there on the bench. And you literally went
I
up and
did.
you had an
you
entire
did.
conversation with him. So, I mean, you don't shy away from
Yeah.
social interaction, but
But there's something about being in a city, a foreign city by myself,
it's kind of,
and
it's,
going into these places like a restaurant or a pub or something. It's a little bit more.
that's a learned behavior, I feel like, though, because you mentally are like, who's out there? What could potentially happen? You know
Well,
what
let
I'm
me
saying?
tell you who's out there.
Yeah, tell
Because
us.
the universe sends you people.
They do.
So the first
Thank you,
day,
Gus. Gus, do your
thanks,
thing.
Gus. Yeah. So
Gus.
the first day, when I was in Galway, I didn't really do much at all. I
Right.
walked through the city, but I had just got off a plane, so I was a little tired. But then the second night, I told myself I am making myself go to a pub tonight.
Right.
The whole reason I'm in Galway is to hear the music.
Yeah.
And even if it's
Which is
hard,
what they're known for.
even if it's hard, I'm making myself go into this pub. Okay. So I walk into this pub and it's full, obviously, and the music is about to start. And I order a drink, and there's nowhere to stand but by the door at this little tiny perch. And I'm just sitting there by myself, watching people walk back and forth, listening to the music. And then this guy comes up. And he orders a drink, and he's holding it, and he's looking around. He was like, man, I could tell he was thinking, where am I going to stand? And so I said, you are welcome to share my perch if you would like.
Share my perch. We're crows. Caw-caw.
So he places his drink on mine. He starts to talk to me.
Yeah.
And he's like, hold on, I gotta go. I'll be right back. He just leaves his drink there with me, goes outside the pub, comes back with some random musical instrument. And I'm like, what do you got there? And he said, it's a lute.
Oh, I live a lute.
I didn't know what a lute was.
Oh, it's like a flute, but without the F.
But it turns out he's some man who gets random musical instruments, doesn't know how to play them, will play them for a little bit, and then decide that he needs to move on to the next thing. Right? Sounds a lot like
You.
me. So then he starts talking about a concert that he just went to a couple of weeks ago. and it just so happened to be 9 Inch Nails, the concert that I went to a couple months ago.
Back on your birthday, wasn't it?
On my
For
birthday.
your day of birth. You seen some nin.
Then he's talking about how he was a Boy Scout. And
Your dad.
my dad was an Eagle Scout. So he was telling me everything that I needed to hear to know that I could trust him.
Yeah.
Right. And so even if
he may have been a CIA, plant.
At the point, I'm serious, like there was a point during our night together where I thought he has either been hired by my dad to watch me and he knows everything he needs to say.
Yeah.
Or it's the government who's watched my Instagram posts, because he was even talking about how St. Patrick, how sad it was that they celebrated St. Patrick when St. Patrick was getting rid of the snakes, and the snakes were pagans and he was pagan. And I was just like,
so crazy.
I watched something recently on like TikTok or YouTube, one of the places that I spend all my time, but it was like an ex-CIA person who she was like, this was my life. I literally researched who I was interested in to the point to where I could marry them and we could live an entire life together and they would never know.
Yeah.
That was her job.
Crazy.
That's scary.
It's
that's
like
crazy.
Like it makes you question,
Well,
like,
yeah.
is that what, how do you meet someone on the opposite side of the world
On the opposite,
that is
I
tied
don't-
into everything that you have?
right. And it was like, we had the easiest conversation. Everything flowed naturally. It was just like we had known each other for our whole lives and that we just met.
Did you go
in
to camp
Galway.
together actually and you didn't know about it?
I don't think so.
Oh.
I mean, he lives in California. I've been there one time.
It's also crazy. I mean, it's not crazy, but it is crazy because this time of year is not, I guess, spring break and stuff, but it's not a super like what you would expect to see someone from the States in the same location that you're at in a tiny pub. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I mean, the fact that you ran into someone from the States, period.
The fact that I ran into someone from the States is a little less surprising in Galway because it's like their
That's
main tourist area.
And it was St. Patrick's Day.
And it was right after St. Patrick's
That's
Day.
true.
Yeah, the day after.
But this man, it was just the strangest thing. And I was texting you guys as I was hanging out with him.
Yeah.
And there were times, of course, at first I was like, I'm not going to leave my drink with him just to be safe. But at the end of the night, I
mean,
fully trusted him.
He sold you. What was it he said? He's like, I've got to go. Was that the guy that said when he went to the bathroom, he had to go
God.
give it back?
He was reminding me a lot of John Howington at some point.
Okay.
And he said,
Shout out John.
I got to go
Fidel Castro.
return.
He's not Fidel Castro. That's just
That was a
always-
Halloween
that's
costume.
always
Yeah.
How I associate that man with that.
He said, if you'll
Sorry.
excuse me, I need to go return some used beer. And he goes to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And he
I love that.
He
That's
leaves,
That's a very John thing to say.
it is,
That's
isn't it?
hilarious.
I appreciate it though, because that's how I'm gonna start feeling when I go
Oh,
to
God.
the bathroom. I love it.
But he just left his drink with me. Like, he trusted me and I trusted him.
Yeah.
And so the whole night we hung out together, right? And we went to other pubs and we listened to other music. And it was just like the universe, Gus, knew that I needed somebody like that
But
to keep me company. And it was also a feeling of like, you're not alone in this world. You know what I mean?
Well, the fact that like everything that you found out about this guy and like what we were just interviewing you about with like the whole deconstruction because of his
he was
raised Jewish
in a
and
religious
then turns
family.
out he's a pagan.
He's a pagan. Mm-hmm.
It's like all of that tied in together is just the fact that you would run in, which I'm sure paganism may be a little bit more common over there. I don't know. Never been. Can't relate.
He's from California. So
But, you know, like, I mean,
I don't know.
The fact that like you still run into someone who like pretty much every checkbox that you have is like checking off the same checkboxes, you know?
Yeah. It was that, and then it was also, it felt very much twin flame.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't think that twin flames always end up together. Right. I feel like it was like we were the same person from different lifetimes.
That makes sense.
And so it was bizarre. And then when the night ended, though, like I knew this was a day. This is one day. Nothing. I'm not expecting to really talk to this guy, which I did a couple times throughout the week.
Yeah.
But I wasn't expecting anything. Like, this was one day, and that was perfect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
One day in the life of a Galway girl.
So that was the first instance of the universe sending me somebody I needed.
You needed,
Yes.
To help me not feel lonely and to, just have somebody on the island that I knew, even though we were going our own ways. I could call him up and.
Well, you already knew the last part of your trip in the country.
I did.
You were set. You were gonna be good.
My plans were set.
You knew.
His was, yeah.
Yeah, you were good. You were good with. You were uneasy about the city stuff. Mm-hmm. You didn't want to click and lock. Go to your hotel.
Yeah.
Click it shut, lock it.
Right.
Spend all your time in the hotel. You wanted to get out of your comfort zone and do it. You knew the second part.
In that
you were good
helped.
with being in nature.
I was good. I knew I was good. I mean, even though he did want me to change my plans to go with him to where he was going.
He was in love with you.
That was a little concerning.
I didn't. I stayed my trip because I knew where I wanted to go.
Yeah. He did show you the dingle.
God.
The trip, the photo.
It's not a dingle.
It's not.
It was a
He
dog.
was going to Dingle the next day.
Yeah, it was.
And so when I texted him, I said,
send
me pictures of a dingle. And it was a fake
yeah, it was like a
dick
dog
pic.
or a cat.
Yeah, it was
something.
something that looked like a dick. Yeah. And
Dingle,
so
dingle.
Tina listens to this now.
It's
She's
fine.
okay.
Tina, I don't care. Yeah, she can hear it. I'll tell her. I tell her anything and everything. She knows.
Honestly, yeah.
And I'm telling her the same thing tomorrow when I see her.
Yeah.
Because we want to have this discussion about the universe working in our favor. Like she
Right.
just posted on her Facebook.
Literally,
Yeah.
And so then, I mean, that was just one part of the story, right? The next day I leave and go to Donegal and I'm in a pub and I meet these two great Irishmen who are just cracking me up and they're giving me hell for being an American and they're asking me all these questions.
And you were giving them hell for not
And
knowing
I was
what
giving
an
them
instrument was. And
honestly, he was, bless his heart. Oh my God.
If you don't know, bless your heart in the South means
Poor thing.
poor thing. You're not the sharpest tool in the shed.
Yeah. He was looking at an accordion and he was saying, "Is that a banjo?
Banjo.
Is that a banjo?"
He was a young guy.
He was a young man. And anyway, it was just another instance of you can meet people wherever you go. You're not alone. They keep, can I tell what I said about, he was asking for names and he was trying to repeat this guy who was from the Bronx, his name, and he couldn't understand it. And then he asked me my name. And I said, "It's Kaylin."
Yeah.
And he said, "No, that's a proper Irish name. I know that name." And I was like, that's all I ever needed is for an Irishman to tell me that I'm Irish.
No.
You should have asked him to spell it because it would have been like.
It would have been
the
Caeylen or something. Yeah. And so then Donegal, other than the old man wanting me to share a drink with him at the bar, that was the end of that night. And then the last real instance that I thought, this is crazy, is when I'm at Schlievlig. Okay, it's a mountain, it's a cliff.
Mm-hmm.
Schlievlig.
I stop at the visitor center to make sure that I know where I'm going. And I go in there, and there's this man named David. He's an Irishman. And I'm the only one in there. And we're talking, and he's like, "Where are you from?" And I said, "I'm from East Tennessee in the Appalachian region." And he was like, "Are you close to Knoxville?" What? And I was like, "I'm 40 minutes from Knoxville." And he said, "Where about?" 40 minutes from Knoxville. And I said, "Morristown." And he said, "I know Morristown." He said, "My brother-in-law lives in Knoxville and I visit there twice a year."
That's so crazy.
It's the whole 6 degrees of separation thing. I swear it is. We live in such a big.
We think we're so separate, but we're not.
We're not.
I'm literally in the middle of nowhere
It's
in
massive.
Ireland, and this guy has heard of my hometown.
Morristown. Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's nothing.
It's crazy.
He's waited for his whole life to be like, "Oh, I know where that is." You know what I'm saying?
And I've waited my whole life to meet this random Irishman
Yeah.
and him know where I'm from.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's crazy. The world is huge. Mm-hmm. It is huge. It is massive. Can't even
It's not that
You were
big.
the one. It really is. You were the one who said last week with the spoon. You take a spoonful of water, and it's like, or 2 weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
And it's like that's just like a portion of a lake for the entire like water on the universe.
Yeah, yeah.
But like when you think about it, you always see those pictures of like the solar system, and it's like got a red arrow, and it's this little tiny speck, and it's like
Making
that's
you
Earth.
think that we're so like
Well,
out there.
It's like the what is it? The blue dot.
yeah,
Picture.
blue dot, yeah,
pale
and
blue
it's
dot,
like
yeah.
Yeah.
it's like
It's like we're big. It's kind of like a beautifully poetic thing about Earth is that it is a massive place, but like there's still
We're-
something that's interconnected with all humans,
Yeah.
no matter
And-
what.
yeah,
That's
Yeah.
so
like
weird.
we're big, but we're not that big
Yeah.
in the grand scheme.
I'm
of
just a
things.
little
Sure,
guy. I don't
yeah.
know what you're talking about.
You know, and maybe there's more of a connection with Ireland and like the Appalachian region,
Goes
right?
back
It's
to
the
the whole
same
Pangea
people.
thing
It's the
when
same
we were
people.
talking about in the
Yeah,
Egypt,
how the
you know?
mountains were connected.
I think the funnest part too is like how there's like some misconceptions, like stereotypes in like every culture. Because when we were
Yeah.
in Ireland, like when we all went,
Yeah.
me, you, and-
When we all went,
sorry, when a couple of us went,
Bitter Betty over here, party of one.
we were at a bar, just like this random dive bar, and well, I should say pub, this dive pub, and this guy came up to us and he asked us where we were from, and we said Knoxville, and he just started quoting Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
That's what he said. And I was like, that's so awesome.
And that was
That's
another
like,
pub where we were the only tourists.
yeah,
you
exactly.
know?
Yeah, because it was very local. Like it was
Yeah.
very like thick. Like to the point where there were times where I was like having to lean in to understand what he was
What they're
saying.
saying.
Is that where the
Right.
But it
wings
was
were?
It was so cool.
No, that wasn't the wings. That was I think that was in Nas when
Yeah.
we
Oh,
went to
okay.
Nas and Kildare, County Kildare. But yeah, it was almost like the more I mean Galway was fun. It's the most touristy part other than Dublin, right? I'm gonna
Yeah.
meet another American. But like when you go to these smaller towns and I was the only person at the beginning in that pub in Donegal
Yeah.
that was a tourist.
And you heard
Yeah, those are the best
You had-
ones too, though.
better music there than you did.
There's
yeah,
better
Galway.
music in Donegal.
Which Galway's known for the music scene.
Galway's like the Nashville of Ireland. Yeah. But I mean, it was just, I was feeling real bad at the beginning. Like, why didn't I wait until my friends could go? You know?
Yeah, why didn't you? No, I'm joking.
Well, I feel
I'm
like I think everyone needs to experience that, whether it's in the U.S., whether it's international. I mean, the first time I ever went to California for a job that I had, it was my first time going solo anywhere. I met a guy who was from Bristol
Yeah.
at the bar. You know, like a Geico commercial came on where the gecko was on like the Tennessee-Virginia state line with the sign behind it.
Oh.
And I was like, well, that's crazy to be in California and see my hometown. I was a little drunk at this point. I'm a lot more social when I'm drunk. But guy's like, wait, where are you from? I'm like, I'm from Bluntful, like right outside of Bristol. He's like, oh, I grew up in Bristol, like near Abingdon. And I was
Yeah.
like,
That's crazy.
you know, you're
Crazy.
2,000 miles away from home and you meet someone, not as crazy as Ireland, but it's like, you know, you have that interconnection, and it also shows you that it's okay to go out and like
yeah.
meet people and
Yeah.
do things on your own. And like,
In the stories that it makes in your head, like I will never forget my night in Galway with Nathan. You know,
Right.
like that will never leave. My
because
memory.
it was
'Cause it was such
you
a
were meant to
monument-
have that night.
Yes, something about that night triggered like a path for the future.
It's probably one of the things that you had planned out before you even came to Earth.
Oh my God, that's such a crazy idea.
You know what I'm
It
saying?
is
Like
crazy.
you had those big milestones that you agree to
Yeah.
in your contract, if you will, before you come
Yeah.
Earthside. And you, because they say with those, you have the choice. Like it's set forth that this is what's going to happen potentially, but you have the choice to see if that happens, and you made the choice to go out and do it and interact. And
Let me read the text message that I got from him. Either it was later that night or the next morning. And this is kind of how that sums it up, how it felt. It said, "Thank you for the amazing company, the conversation, and the camaraderie. I will remember Kaylin as one of those momentary but pivotal pieces in time that composed this thing we called life."
It's so cool.
And it's just like, that's the truth.
It's a canon. It's a canon event.
It's
a
a
what?
It's a
canon
canon
event,
event.
Tyler.
Aw.
It is.
honestly,
Yes.
that's what it is.
It's
Yeah.
and I don't know what it leads to. It's not going to lead anything with Nathan, right?
Yeah.
But Like it.
But it will forever. That's
The
the
CIA
beautiful
is
part about
listening.
Yes.
canon
The
events, it will
CIA
forever
is
exist.
listening right now.
The
And
CIA.
he's
It's Nathan's the CIA agent.
He's gone at this point. He was like,
ruined
"Your
it.
cover's been blown, buddy.
No.
You messed up."
Oh no. But so okay, on the last part about my trip that I want to talk about, so we can connect what we want to talk about for this next second half, is I went to the Hill of Tara. Okay, so the Hill of Tara was this Neolithic area in Ireland where they would king the kings of the area.
Lou was there.
It was very pivotal in the mythology with the Tuatha Dé Danann and Lou. And so I arrived to the Hill of Tara, and what do I see? But a church.
And a statue of St.
As
Patrick.
one does.
I see a church, and I see a statue of St. Patrick. Okay, and I'm thinking, this is one of the most pivotal like areas in like pagan history in Ireland, and of course they had to put a statue of St. Patrick right beside
Why
it.
wouldn't they?
So I have a interjection on the St. Patrick thing.
Okay.
So there's two theories that pop up with St. Patrick. So we've all, maybe some people haven't, but like the whole story about the snake's supposed to be representative of pagans, and like he was driving out the pagans. Mm-hmm. So there's a theory that that's actually not entirely true. That St. Patrick, where he was Catholic, that it's actually Protestant propaganda. That they actually created that story. Now, once again, I'm not saying this is what it is, but there is like a side that says it's actually a Protestant propaganda. They actually created that to make the Catholic Church look worse.
I could see that.
Which I could 100% say. So, like, I would argue, even if it wasn't St. Patrick himself, there was obviously a moment where they drove paganism out. We all know that. But like,
because there were no snakes in Ireland.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, and that's one of the reasons.
Which is kind
why.
of strange.
Well, because like that goes back to like the whole Ice Age thing that wiped most of the snakes out in that region, so they wouldn't be there anymore.
Thank God.
So that's why a lot of people say that wouldn't make sense anyways to refer to the It was mainly Druids, I think, is what it mainly was.
Right.
So they said it wouldn't make sense for them to refer to the Druids as snakes, and so it was Protestants that made up the story of St. Patrick driving out the snakes as driving out the pagans.
Honestly,
now, once again,
I could see that.
I could see it.
I just think it's an interesting take. Like, I could see both sides for sure, because obviously there was a moment where they drew out paganism. I think that's why in that movie Sinners.
Oh yeah.
I think one of the most.
Oh my God, I watched that on the way home.
I love that.
plane.
Did you?
Oh my God.
I bet that was
perfect.
good.
For an Irish
That's
trip,
a
that's a
good-
great one.
That's
Like, there's so many deep thoughts in that. I think one of my favorite
I'm
things though
picturing
is
you in where you were sitting and then like,
Yeah.
yeah, good. Oh yeah.
I
sing
just-
sing that song to me.
I think one of my favorite scenes is whenever he starts doing the Lord's Prayer,
Yes.
and then he quotes it back to him, and then he makes that line, which kind of shows how old he really is.
Yeah.
Whenever
man
he
who
says,
stole
"The
my
man who
father's
stole my
land."
father's land quoted these
These
words to
words
me,"
to me.
basically saying like
They still give me comfort,
the Catholic that came in and wiped my people out and,
Right.
and changed my religion,
which means he is old.
Which means he's old.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, he's a vampire. We should do an episode on vampires.
100%.
Ooh, yeah.
Maybe.
100%.
Maybe that'll
Maybe
happen
next week.
soon. Maybe
Why
next
not?
week.
Oh
Why
my
not?
gosh, let's do it.
Hell yeah.
I've got a lot of theories on that,
Okay.
but I think I don't know. I think that's so like I love that, like the line in that though where it talks about driving out the pagans and stuff. Just it's so
That's
Even if
one of the best scenes in the entire movie.
100%.
It
There's
is.
a
If
ton
not
of
the
them.
if
There's a
if
ton of
I mean honestly, I would say that's probably like number
that's
one.
my
the best
movie
scene.
of 2025.
Yeah.
It was
Oh, 100%.
amazing.
Oh, it was so good.
I love when Pearl
that's a
was
top-
screaming.
Yeah.
Of course you would. That's a top 5 like of all time though.
I
To
agree.
be honest.
Yeah, it's definitely like
Yeah.
in my top
It's so
5, top
good.
10 for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
But even if the snakes were not pagans, right? It doesn't change the fact that they put a church anywhere where there's a pagan
That's what
site.
I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
that's what I was going to say was like even if that theory is a Protestant kind of story made up to make Catholics look worse, it's still very telling how well even back to when we were in Scotland, and I think one of the coolest places we went to when we were in Scotland was that pagan place, the little
And there was a church right in
and it
front
was
of it.
right
Yes.
behind
It's
the
ridiculous.
church.
Yeah.
You've been to Scotland?
You've been in Scotland and Ireland?
Oh my god.
I'm going back to Scotland soon. I can't wait.
Hey, I'm going with you.
my God,
I heard
same.
that. But
We may film over there.
Oh my God.
I'm good with that. But
Maybe.
We can figure a way.
We
it
will
is
figure
very
it out.
interesting how like
Everyone
in
takes
most,
a mic in their luggage.
Like, what is this, sir?
Don't worry about it. Just ignore
We
all
have fun,
fine.
okay? See that end over there?
it is
Where do you
very,
think it goes? God.
I'm done.
It is very telling though, like how like in most pagan sites you're gonna have like a random church
gonna
pop
find a
up.
church.
It's supposed to show like
Exactly.
a domination over paganism.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's rude.
Yeah.
And so on the hill of Tara, like there was the Stone of Destiny, which is the apparently the stone where they would king kings at the stone. If you touch it and it starts to weep, then you are the true king of Ireland.
I think I should
What?
go touch it.
I touched it, and nothing happened.
When we
so.
go, we should try. What would happen? I don't know what would happen. If it started weeping, I'd be like, fuck.
It's me.
What do
I'm
I
the
do?
king of
What do I do
Ireland.
now?
What if it weeped if I cried?
If it was Jacob, it's like, well, we're all fucked because he's the most indecisive person ever. Like, here
you
we
get
are,
a pig,
the
you
king
get
of
a pig,
Ireland.
you get a cow.
You get a cow.
You get
So
a cow.
there was also a hawthorn tree that I
Yeah.
want to talk about for a second. So this is going to lead into the second half of our conversation
Makes me
today.
sad.
There's a hawthorn tree there called the wishing tree. And this is a place where people will go and tie little ribbons or pacifiers or whatever they
Wish
want
for.
to wish for, right? The problem is that these wishes are too heavy for this tree. And the tree's split in half, and half of it is laying on the ground. And the problem with
I got
that
cold chills.
is that it's a hawthorn tree,
It is
The
crazy.
hawthorn, yeah, they're the tree of the fairies.
and that is the tree of the fae.
the fae.
And we don't mess
You
with
don't mess with
hawthorn
it.
trees.
I mean, the fact, who knows, you know, like we talked about, probably, you know, people of, it's the wishing tree. And when you think of like, where's the place that you go and you put, is it in France that you put like the locket?
The lock
Yeah.
on the
onto
bridge.
the bridge.
Mhm.
And like, there's places like that they think, oh, that's where you got to go. In Italy, you throw the coin in the
Yeah.
fount, whatever.
Or you kiss the Blarney Stone.
Yeah, the
like
Blarney
just
Stone, like
something
things like that.
You see it on Facebook and you're like,
Yeah.
I'm going to Ireland. I'm
But
going
like-
to make a wish
The hawthorn tree is like sacred.
to the fae.
It is like
Yeah,
to
yeah,
the
yeah.
fae and like
As,
like country folk
mhm.
over there. You do not mess around with it because
'Cause
it
you're
is that
messing
is
with
where
the
they're
fae.
at. That's that's the magic of them. Like, I mean, there was things that like I was reading that buildings, highways, like they reroute them to not
to not
take
cut
it
a
down.
tree down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
That's
crazy.
like it because
That's
they
so
have
cool.
so much respect for them and it.
Well, that's like, and not to do like a shameless plug of a TV show, but like an Outlander. There's that.
Right.
Oh, I
there's
love
that-
Outlander.
I love the episode when it deals with the fairies
Yeah.
and like
Claire,
Claire.
I'm saying, yeah, I've never watched.
It's
I've
so
watched
good.
the
Dude,
first
it's
like
so.
I watched like
he
4
can't get
episodes.
In my opinion, I think the first like 2 to 3 seasons are the best because that's
Yeah.
when they're in Scotland, and then it
Yes.
kind of transfers over to like the American colonies.
And
The
then
first
you're
3
kinda like,
seasons
meh.
are the best.
yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
it's still
It's still
solid,
good.
but
Yeah.
it's nothing
too
like
relatable.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. But in the first season, you know, I don't know if you know the essential plot of it. Like it's basically
I've watched like, and when I say I've watched 4 episodes of it, I've watched about 10 minutes. And then I fall
Okay,
asleep.
so I'll give you a very like 2-second rundown. A woman travels in time from
she touches
Britain. Yeah, she touches the stone
Yeah.
and she travels in time to Scotland.
Yeah.
And it's like the 1500s,
Yeah.
1600s, I think, something
Yeah.
like that, because that's the Battle of Culloden and stuff. Yeah. So like 1500s. But anyways, when she's over there, she's essentially learning a lot about the culture and stuff. And there's one episode that deals with fairies, and it talks about like one of the people had left the baby out, and she was like trying to save it. And Jamie, who's kind of like the main protagonist, male protagonist guy, he comes in and he's basically like, no, leave it. And she starts crying, and then he tells her, and she's like, well, I don't believe in fairies. And she's like, but they do. And it gives them comfort knowing that their sick baby was going to be carried off into this forever land and taken care of the fairies. And it's like, that's why I think that's so cool, is
That's
like,
the changeling fairies.
like even if you don't believe in it, there's something.
Yeah.
And I think I guess that's my thing with religion in general, is like there is something beautiful Like, out of all the atrocities and terrible things that we've done in the name of religion, I mean, you could talk endlessly about the wars and the terrible things we've done in religion.
Yeah.
There is something beautiful about just the hope that comes with it. And I think that's why, like, fairies are so cool, is the sense that, like, there's, like you talked about, they put so much weight on that tree with hopes that it broke the tree.
Yeah.
Like, that's, I don't know, that's there's something beautiful about the fact that they had that much hope in the fairies, like that they would.
Yeah, but like some of the stuff that was hung on the tree, I feel like it's I feel like it was probably. Go ahead. Sorry.
A lot of the people who would do this, they don't know that they're doing something for the fairies.
They hear wishing and
right.
they think.
They hear on Facebook there's a wishing tree on the
guys,
hill tower.
I'm going to choose to believe that it's beautiful, okay?
No, I think it is beautiful.
No, I agree with you. I think it is. It's just
it is
like,
beautiful.
It sucks that it's
You
become
can tell
that. It's become a social media thing, kind of thing.
It sucks because a lot of it, and I feel a lot of compassion. Like some of the stuff you sent us was like pacifiers. And
it's like
stuff
probably
like
people
that are
wishing
like,
for kids
that have not been able to have kids and stuff like that. So it's like I get why they're doing it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Can't relate, but like I get why you're doing it.
Yeah.
But it's also like do a little bit of research first.
Yeah.
Well, it's like anyone who knew anything about the fairies would not put anything on the tree because you don't mess.
I mean,
with
I wouldn't want.
trees.
I don't want to. I don't want to mess around and find out. You know what I'm saying?
So that's one of my things. Like when you talked about when you were doing my interview process and you were asking me about like skepticism and stuff like that. That's one of those things. Yeah, I'm skeptical about it. Do I believe in fairies? I don't know. Am I going to test it?
Right.
No, because I have more of a belief in the deep lore of stuff that has lasted that long more than other things. There's got to be some kind of.
There's a reason.
Sure.
Right? There's
it doesn't
a reason.
last. It doesn't last that long.
Right.
Like it doesn't.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, fairies. I'm going to talk about some of your notes here.
Yeah.
Fairies, they were seen as the original deities, right?
Yeah.
So they were really connected with the Tuatha and they're the ones that live under the earth.
Yeah.
I do want to point out, and sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but like a common misconception. When I first heard fairies, I thought Tinkerbell.
Right.
That's what.
Right.
Yeah.
And I very much realized
there's so many different.
I realized it's not at all
like the other
fairies that we
well,
have.
like you had said
the other
earlier,
people.
the changelings. So
The
like,
changelings,
that's
that's
how it
fairies.
ties into.
I feel like that's a good point to point out too, because like in my brain, that's the first thing I
mean,
thought.
you've got leprechauns. Leprechauns are considered a fairy.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's not just your Tinkleberry.
Tinkleberry.
Tinkerbell. With like wings and stuff.
Where's the
Tinkleberry?
It's very much the other folk. You know what I mean? Like it's not just little itty bitty
The forbidden folk.
thing. It's the other ones that aren't always seen.
Yeah.
Right?
It's the fate.
It's
I mean,
anyway we would like say the spirits or something. Like it's just the other sort of
Yes. Yeah.
they're
which
not
kind of
human.
ties it all back into the whole everything's kind of one.
Yes,
thing.
that's
You know what I'm saying?
that's why
Like,
I said
it's
that, because it
all-
makes it so much
like
more interesting.
to like divide everything out is so hard. Like it's like fairies, they're kind of a spirit, you know. They're kind of it encompasses what we consider Gus,
Gus.
God, universe, spirit. Like that's
what we call
we call it.
God.
I like that.
We call it
I
God.
really
Gus.
like that.
yeah.
Okay.
So like it encompasses all of that.
Y'all
you know?
gonna make me like crazy
gonna
skeptic
do-
about
we're gonna
everything.
We're gonna do a blood ritual after this.
Oh yeah, I've tried to get him to like give me
gonna
some of his blood
slice
all
it,
the
yeah.
time, and he won't do it.
That's why I didn't show up whenever y'all were watching that one movie at one time.
Midsummer.
Midsummer.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
refused
Oh,
to
that was
show
crazy.
up because I just assumed I would end up in a bear
Caitlin
costume.
and I were like,
I was covering my eye.
time. It's so bad. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the fairy realm, right? So
Yep.
the realm of the fairies, and we talked about this, which is the most beautiful thing, is when there's fog on the land.
Yeah.
That's when the fairies are traveling.
Yeah.
And that
Through
just,
the mist.
and
that
like
makes me
when you sent us the photos of
I sent the
when
crows,
you
right?
the crows, but when you got to your cottage
Oh,
that you
and
were
it was
at,
so
and it
foggy.
was so foggy when you rolled
said,
in there.
yeah, was it you?
It was.
You
I think it was
we're gonna-
actually Jacob was like, "Oh,
The fairies are traveling.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think he
The
said
fairies are
the
traveling.
Sounds right. I wouldn't know because I mean
I've had a couple beers tonight.
Sounds good to me.
You know, it's fine.
Sounds good to me.
So the fairies, they live in the other world, right? That's what they call it, the other world. A lot of people call it Tir na Nog, or the land of eternal youth. It's a place of beauty, danger, and timeless enchantment.
I want to live there.
In Tir na Nog, that means you die. So
You were the one who mentioned
okay.
that, though.
okay.
That was, you brought that up because you were like, wait, did you mention, because it was in a book, right?
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it's in
It's
Lord
not-
of the Rings.
You were the one who brought up
He
Tir
thought
na-
I was saying the name of Tairn.
From Fourth Wing.
When I was saying Tir na Nog when we did that, when I did the
But
video
I
on
got
Galway
it.
Bay.
I thought that was like his full name, but I think it's something different.
So Terranog
Got
is
it.
whenever the elves go to the Undying Land. And
Is that what they really
Land of
call it?
Eternal Youth.
no, it's not.
Oh,
what they call
okay.
it.
I was like,
But it sounds
dang.
very much like it.
It really does. I mean, it's the same. The Undying Land. Yeah.
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 That's the same thing as
It's
Tir na
honestly
Nog.
the same, yeah. The Land of Eternal Youth.
Just a side note to listeners, I am very much a Lord of the Rings
Yes,
nerd. I love
he is a nerd.
Lord of the Rings.
We
it's
love
my
it.
favorite book series, my favorite movie series. It's just
We love it. So there are several places where you can
Yeah,
go to see the other world.
Yep.
Um,
Fairy rings,
mhm.
stone circles, the fairy forts or fairy mounds,
Mm-hmm.
which are I really want to go to a fairy mound, but like I
We'll
get
see them in the Alice sky.
like,
you're welcome.
but
I want to
like,
jump off the off sky.
like it's one
It's
of
not
those
a bad way
things
to
that
go.
like I would love to go, but at the same time I'm like going back to what we're talking about with like the hawthorn tree, like it's like.
You ask
There's
permission.
like a little bit of anxiety there. Like I
Yeah.
don't want to. If the feeling doesn't feel right, I don't want to not
follow your intuition.
Yeah, I want to. Yeah, follow
like
the
I
intuition.
did when
Yeah.
I was in the
the
Wicklow
yeah,
Mountains.
yeah.
You know,
I think it's
Yeah.
very much though. That's what I was talking about this with Kaylin the other night. Whenever we were talking about like the fairy glens and stuff, because there's parts that I want to see in Scotland that I was going to share with y'all.
Yes.
But like, there's very much like a sense.
Thank you for sharing it with us.
There should be but there should be a sense of reverence to it. I think.
Yeah, no 100%.
Like I think that's the problem too. Is
I think-
when it becomes a social media thing.
Yeah.
There's it's like reverence is taken out of it. There still needs to be, even if you don't believe in it. There should be a
I
respect
think
for the
there should be
culture
like an
and the way-
appreciation for
sure.
it, and like
Yeah.
I don't want to do something
Mm-hmm.
that is bad. You know what I'm saying? Like if that makes sense. Like I mean,
But
in
I think
all
it's
aspects
just-
of life, but I don't want to like go somewhere that I don't feel like I should be at,
It's
and I
this-
don't want to do something that will potentially offend the gods or
Well,
offend Gus.
But I would even say
the
just
fairies
defend the
or
culture
anyone.
in general. Like
Yeah.
even if I'm not a Christian or I'm not a Muslim, I'm not going to go to Israel, and I'm not going to do something disrespectful, or I'm not
Right.
going to go. And I know that's like a touchy subject, but I'm just saying in general, as far as religion and culture goes, like I just I would respect the religion and culture, and in that sense too, I would respect that culture. If nothing else, respect the culture. Does that make
Yeah.
sense? With the fairy glens and stuff. I know. You're making-
Jonathan's like doing his really weird head shake, like Israel.
mean, if
let's,
it's Israel,
not get
I
into
hope-
Israel.
There's a reason I'm not going to Israel. Though.
For sure.
The people of Israel,
Yes,
we support.
We support
the government of
the
Israel.
government, no.
We do
I,
not.
I will
support.
never put together the people with the government and
in any
the
situation.
atrocities that the people have done.
Exactly.
Big but
them.
with a comma, unless you are very vocal
For sure.
about
And
it, and
supportive.
then you get what you deserve. We're looking at you, Red Hats.
Who? Should I
I don't
take that out? I don't know what you just said.
I said we're looking at you, Red Hats.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Welcome to Zimbabwe.
That's what chickens. So I mean, it's really important to be respectful to the Fae, and it's like a way to not fuck up your life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
That's
like,
what that's
please
that's really
don't-
where it,
That's where
that's really where it gets to. It's like I probably have too much of an anxiety about it because I'm afraid of like of all people that probably go to visit places, the four of us are probably the best to go to those sacred grounds. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Like,
unless Tina was with us, and then she.
well, yeah,
would
then
be.
she's.
But
I
like,
mean, she's leveled up way more than we've leveled
We-
up. But at the same time, like we appreciate it. Other people don't appreciate.
so, but a part of the fairies, they're not all the same species. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
No, they weren't.
species is there's different kinds.
Like aliens?
Well, like
No, like how the aliens
Yeah,
have
those
different
aliens.
species.
like
Yes,
the aliens
yeah.
are different species. Yeah, but they also they they weren't just magical,
Yeah.
right? They had their own rules, their own ethics, and their own social circles.
Yeah.
So their part of them is magic, right? But part of them is not all magic.
I think there's something beautiful too about it's. Maybe I'm wrong in this, but like I sum up a lot of like paganism and like the fairy Celtic beliefs and stuff like that, a lot of with the Native Americans. And the thing that makes it beautiful is like there's a distinct tie to the land. Like we were talking about, like, so in one of my classes we talk about when they start forcing people off lands and stuff like that, and like the African culture with we talked about imperialism. I'm not trying to go into my world history class, but like when we talk about imperialism, when we talk about the Native Americans in Africa and the Celtic people and stuff, and there's something beautiful about it. Wasn't just pushing people off the land because they lost their land. There was a religious tie to it. There was a deep emotional religious connection to it. I think that's what makes like the Celtic stuff so cool and beautiful.
Became the land.
Yes,
Yeah.
There was something that tied them to it, not just, hey, I live here.
Right.
It's like, hey, this
the
is
earth
where
is sacred. It's part of our
There's-
religious or spiritual beliefs.
That's why I
Exactly,
think the fairy stuff is so cool. Is just because like it just makes the land so much more enriched in some way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about the different types of fairies.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've already talked about the changeling.
We've talked about the changelings. That's
was
where they steal human babies and leave fey children in their place.
That's what happened to me.
Yeah.
But isn't that where, if like sorry, I know we're trying to get through all this, but isn't like the changeling stuff, when they take the babies and leave it with like something fake or whatever, don't they take them to like a better place type thing though?
Yeah, they're taking them to
Tirnanog.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Like,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. There's the household fairies. When I think of the household fairies, I think of the book that we're reading. Well, you've already finished the second one, but
Akatar?
yeah, they were household fairies.
What do you mean?
Like they're sitting there helping him, like the little house people that they have that like.
Oh, they're just different types.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
I
that's
think
what
of, like,
that's what the household fairy is. Like
Dobby.
they're like helping domestic life. Yeah, he's kind of a household fairy.
He's a free
like they're doing
He's
domestic.
a free elf.
What's the one that clearly
I don't
not
remember
invested in?
any of the
I know
names.
I don't either.
Other than Reese
literally
and
read it like a
Tamlin.
month ago.
Are you talking about Alice?
Alice,
Oh,
for
Alice.
instance. Yeah,
I remember
Alice.
Alice.
Like
She
she's
has
a
wood-
household fairy. She
has
the one
wooden
who's,
skin.
like, helping.
Ooh.
Bark skin.
Yeah, like she does stuff around the house. She's like,
Yeah.
she's a household fairy.
Same.
There's the kind that I am, the trooping fairy.
Trooping, singing,
You're a trooping?
dancing.
Often
Dancing.
seen dancing in rings.
Yeah,
Oh.
I feel like that's all of
In
us.
rings? Just like wearing rings
That
only?
reminds me.
Yeah, like circles.
Yeah,
Oh.
like not last year's Halloween party, the year before, when everyone was outside and we were inside and we were just dancing over here.
Yeah.
Everyone's outside socializing. We're just like,
It reminds me of my morning routine, which is to come out here and dance. Yeah. Yeah.
I love that.
Dance me to me, please.
Mm-hmm. Then there's Tyler, the
solitary
solitary fairy.
fairies.
Aw.
What is the solitary? I
Soli-
mean, I guess it's in the name.
He's a fairy who sits around and plays solitaire every time.
He lives alone.
Fairies
Aw.
that prefer to live alone.
Yeah, that's me.
I mean, that's kind of me too.
I'm okay
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah.
I feel like you're kind of a combo of the next one too. Nature.
Nature spirits.
Yeah.
What am I?
You're guardians of the tree.
You're a changeling.
I'm a changeling? I change out babies?
Yeah.
You would steal the baby. I would.
I don't want to steal no
honestly,
babies.
I would probably. Well, I feel like you're a household fairy.
No, he's a puka.
A puka.
Shapeshifter who can bring either
Oh,
good
yeah,
fortune or
that's true.
chaos.
Yep.
100%.
that's
Oh,
just-
okay, yeah.
Puka.
I'll bring you good fortune
Yeah,
and
that's true.
chaos.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably the banshee.
The harbinger of death who wails when someone is about to die.
Lord.
They're the actual leprechaun, which
Yeah.
is known for shoemaking and mischief, often
Oh,
associated with hidden
shoemaking.
pots
Okay,
of
okay,
gold.
Pots
so-
of gold.
Why is the leprechaun? Because I think that's a very. Why is the leprechaun considered? I mean, it's one of the more popular fairies. Like it's known. Is there a reason why, or is that just?
I think
it
it's
just happened
something
over time?
we've associated
Okay.
with Ireland.
With
Ireland
Ireland.
doesn't really hold that like that much.
Okay.
In their
I just
possession.
didn't know if like there was something that happened or it just kind of caught on. You know,
Lucky
it might
Charms.
just be a thing that just caught
Yeah.
Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms.
Honestly,
Yeah.
that probably
Possibly.
makes. Okay.
Then there's the Selkie, a sea
Aw.
fairy who can shed its seal skin to become human.
Sweet
The
little
girl who
babies.
did your tattoo.
Yeah.
Not like your
She's a
parents-
Selkie.
She did that
she
tattoo
done a
of the
Selkie.
Did
Oh,
you
she
see
did do
It
one?
looks
It
so
was
good.
Oh, I think I did see that.
It's
Honestly,
so pretty.
good.
I'm annoyed how good the tattoo looks.
She did so
Yeah.
Right, and how it tied
It fits.
together.
I don't know how they made it fit so well.
She did.
It
She
looks
did
like it's one
so
continuous thing.
freaking good.
Yeah, she did great. Then there's the Doulahan, a terrifying headless rider who carries a whip made of a
scares
human
me.
spine.
Oh my
Seriously,
God.
that may also be
I mean, you got to have a bad guy in there, right?
The
I mean,
headless
yeah.
the
horseman
headless horseman.
Yeah.
That's what I thought of.
Yeah.
with a spine slapping people around.
It's like the horseman of the apocalypse in the Bible and stuff. Yeah. That's-
Which also, again,
Connects.
everything
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
Like, why does it not? Everything, when we talk about stuff, it's like, oh, wait, that's in the Bible. That's also here. Oh, okay, cool.
Jonathan, I really like this note that you wrote, that each of these beings plays a different role in the grand mosaic of fairies in Irish mythology.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
That's really
that's
good.
really good.
I read that on Reddit.
I was gonna say it's so insightful.
It's okay.
I
You
can't
wrote
take-
it, and then I
can't
said you
take
wrote
the
it,
credit
so.
for it though, because
should've
I
just
read
went
that.
with it.
I read that because like it gave me a breakdown when I was reading it on Reddit. It was like all the different, like a little bit about them, and then it said that. I was like, okay, I've got to add that in.
That sounds like
Else,
something I would
mean,
write.
If I could remember the handler who wrote it on Reddit, I would call them out.
Reddit,
I-
yeah.
I can,
Handler
but
on
they-
Reddit.
I'm not going to take their credit though.
That's
so.
cool.
So some quick famous Irish fairies. There's Anya, a goddess of fairy queen of love, summer, and fertility.
I thought she was a singer.
Anya, it's Inya.
Oh,
Then there's Neve of the golden hair, a radiant fae who fell in love with a mortal. Claudia, I don't know how to say that one.
She's a banshee queen.
Banshee queen. And then Bran the Blessed. So
Bran
even
the
though he's
Blessed.
Welsh in origin, his tale was integrated into the Irish legend, involving voyages to the fairy realms.
I mean, that makes sense because that Celtic
All the
Irish,
Celtic
Welsh,
stuff,
and-
Irish, Welsh,
and
Scottish,
it's going to be tied in.
it's
kind of
all
all
tied in.
tied
There's
together.
Yeah.
too much interactions. Yeah, it's like the Scandinavian. When you put Norway
And
and
Norway,
Finland
yeah,
and
yeah.
all that stuff together, there's going to be some overlaps, right?
Yeah,
That's cool.
absolutely.
Definitely. Yeah.
I feel like I've been overlapped a little bit.
You are overlapped.
No, thanks.
Yeah. So, Jonathan, do you want to tell us a little bit about where you find Irish fairies?
I mean, we kind of
Everywhere.
talked about it a little bit. You know, the mounds. You know, they're little ancient.
Oh,
ring,
the ring of the mushrooms.
yeah, the ring of the mushrooms. Usually circular dwellings in hollowed hills. The hawthorn trees, the fairy trees. Like I was saying earlier, they cannot be touched, even though
So
they were
crazy.
touched
So cool.
and
Ugh,
split in
yeah.
half. You know, it's fine. People, they do what they do.
And it says right here that the counties of Sligo, Donegal, and Kerry are rich in the fairy lore. So we've
Yeah.
been to Kerry.
Yeah.
I've
You've
been
been
to
to
Donegal and
Donegal.
Sligo. And it's like the whole...
Never been to any of them.
Me either, girl.
It's the terrain, which you'll see when you go over there one day, is totally different from these areas, right? Like in the middle, when you're in the middle, you would think you were just right outside.
Just right there.
You know,
It very much, it's understandable
That's
why the
crazy.
Scottish and the Irish settled in these areas.
Right.
It was the most like home they could
Yeah.
find. Driving, especially like the Highlands of Scotland.
right?
Now Ireland, you can kind of see there's a little bit of difference, but Scotland very much feels like the Appalachian.
Scotland feels like
That's-
Appalachia,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
then Ireland feels like the hills that lead
Yes.
up to
Yes,
Appalachia.
100%.
Yeah.
You can see why they were like, hey, this is close to home.
Pangea.
I mean, they
Oh,
literally.
that's a theory I 100% believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, when I was at Schlieve League in the visitor center, there was a thing on the board that you would read facts. It says a part of the Appalachian Mountain Range.
Yeah.
I mean, it
100%.
makes sense.
Yeah.
It connects
Again, you
too
could,
well.
if you take all the edges of it, they all
Yeah.
line up.
Well,
you know, for the most part.
This is a whole nother conversation, but there's a rock that is split. There's literally a part of a rock that
Plymouth
they
Rock?
found.
I'm sorry.
They found a part of a rock in South America and a part of a rock in Africa, and it fits together.
See, yeah,
That's crazy.
That right there. Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean, look at the shapes of the continents.
Yeah. Yeah, it fits too well.
I mean, they fit together like a puzzle.
And every mythology talks about a great flood that formed, and most people argue that the Pangea it spread
Because
apart
of
because of some kind of great flood. And it's in every
Ancient
religion and
mythology.
mythology.
Like,
Everyone.
it's crazy.
Every single one.
We need to go into all the ancient flood myths one day.
Yeah, 100%.
That's honestly.
honestly, that's a 3-hour podcast. Like,
even
it's so many.
even while doing research on like one of our future topics of a certain, area.
Je ne sais quoi.
Yeah, that place. Yeah.
Like
It's
it
there.
talked about. Yeah.
Yeah.
The floods were there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy how it all
I didn't know there was one there.
comes together. So here's some rules when you're interacting with the fairy world. Okay,
Yeah.
don't ever say thank you. If you say
No.
thank you, you're in debt to the
Yeah,
fairies.
you're indebted to them.
What happens
I didn't know that when
Okay.
I was reading. I was like, okay, this is why you research.
That's a
'Cause
good
it's
note
like,
So-
to have. Yeah.
You don't like. I mean,
What does
you're
it-
there? Something happens, and you're like, thanks. Like, oh shit,
It's-
you're indebted.
What does it mean to be indebted
It's
to
kind
the
of scary.
fairies?
that you owe them something.
Okay, I'll give them something.
I wouldn't want to owe them.
Oh,
I wouldn't want to owe a mythological being.
So instead of saying
I'll owe
thank you, offer gifts like milk or shiny coins, or and speak with the
I wonder-
utmost respect.
I wonder if that's where the coins, like the pot of gold and stuff, at the end of the rainbow.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
where that
yeah.
whole.
Can you say, I appreciate you?
Yeah. Well.
I like how I put never
Just tip your cap.
ever disturb a fairy tree, and
Or-
you went
yeah.
over there and you
And
found a
it's-
fairy tree that
and
was
split
split in
in
half.
I hate that. Like, that's like a thing too, because there's like some kind of beauty in it, but then also too, it sucks that it's been almost desecrated in a way.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Beautiful destruction.
Also, you're not supposed to eat food
That they offer
in the
you.
realm that they offer because it will bind you there.
Wow.
God,
I'm
you
okay
know
with
me,
that.
I'd be
Actually,
wanting- I'd be wanting to eat it.
You'd be
Yeah.
Okay, that
I'd
would
be
be
eating
one I'm
it.
actually okay with. It binds me to Ireland. Okay.
No,
to the fairy
binds you to
realm.
the fairy realm. So it could look like in real life you're in a coma, but in your mind you're in
You're
the fairy
in-
world.
I'm okay with that.
He's like, that's kind of okay.
Okay.
I'm good with that.
Oh no! I've tripped and fallen into fairy world.
So
Sorry,
you're saying I would be like
Mumsy.
Alice in Wonderland, essentially?
Yeah,
I'm okay with that.
pretty much. So yeah, and avoid traveling alone on sacred nights like Samhain and Beltane,
Champagne.
or Samhain and
Samhain.
Beltane.
See, that's a whole another conversation too. Is like the way
How to pronounce stuff?
all all the different like holidays and stuff that have been like converted over.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like the will
To-
and how everything's.
Well, like how
Like
all
how
the
Samhain is All Saints Day, and
well, or here's what I always thought interesting is how they either converted all the pagan religions or holidays over to like Christian holidays, and if they didn't, they just made them evil.
yeah,
Because
Halloween's
they
evil.
didn't convert it, so what is it now? It's considered the most evil holiday.
that's true.
It's very interesting.
Yeah.
They either converted them or they just were like, well, actually, these are just evil.
Well, the
and you shouldn't
Catholic
follow
Church
them.
converted them to All
Exactly.
Saints Day and all what's the All Saints Day and Reformation Day.
Yeah,
I
I
think.
think that's what it's called.
But it's just, I just think that's fascinating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We know a lot of people around here would consider Halloween evil.
For
and
sure.
they still do.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
You
They-
do. And
They
you
do
love
the
it.
good old trunk or treat down
What?
at
There
the
it is.
Baptist church.
You
where
find
you
it
can
evil
come
and you
out,
love it.
dress yourself like a shepherd and or Jesus and or Mother Mary, and you can come get you some food
Yep.
and some candy.
So
I was Jesus 3 years in a row, and I had a little wooden cross.
okay, so we've been talking about when Christianity came to Ireland, right? So they demonized the Fae. I'm calling
Yeah.
them fallen angels, devils, demons, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But Irish people were fiercely loyal to their folklore.
Yeah.
Kept
Kept
their
it
beliefs.
alive.
They still do.
They
That's
still
They
do.
awesome.
still do.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Right?
Right.
Thank you, folklores of Ireland, and we love you, Irish people. Thanks.
That's
for
the best.
keeping the faith.
The history of Ireland and Scotland is so fascinating in the sense that, like, over even like, I mean, I know Scotland is part of UK today, right? Like, even with all the history, I know, but even with all the history that goes in with it, there's something cool that like they just constantly try to fight for their land.
They constantly tried.
And still, I mean, still are in a lot of parts, in some parts.
In some parts.
In some parts.
See,
Not all of them.
that's one. I know we have our whole, like, you're Scottish, I'm Irish feud, right? Like, I love Ireland, you love Scotland. I love Scotland as well.
Yeah.
And you love Ireland as well.
Yeah.
But I love the rebelliousness of the Irish people. They are still today fighting for their 6 counties.
Yeah.
They want their 6 counties back.
Yeah.
And Scotland voted to stay in the UK. And it's just like, but I was talking, when I was talking to Connor at the pub.
Don't start getting me. I'll
I know.
Scotland.
When I was talking to Connor at the pub, he was talking to me about this. He said, when the 6 counties become Ireland again, it will be the greatest celebration you will see.
For sure.
In
Oh,
Ireland.
100%.
Yeah.
But he did say, even though it'll be a celebration, it's not that great for us. Because he was from the north.
Yeah.
And so he was like, we're going to have to pay a lot more taxes and like stuff like that. But he said it's going to be the greatest celebration you've ever seen.
Yeah.
So they want it, but they know that it comes with
A cost.
Yeah.
Why would they have to pay more taxes?
Because Ireland's part of the EU. So they have more taxes to pay.
Okay,
Yeah.
Northern Ireland's part of the EU.
Okay, I see what
No,
you're saying.
Ireland's in the EU, and then they're
Northern's
part of the UK.
in the UK. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
That makes sense.
So they're fighters. Chucky Allah.
Chucky Allah on the fields and the streets.
So
What?
anyway, so fairies and saints existed side by side within the Irish religion and became a whole new, basically, religion called Celtic Christianity. So they have all of this interwoven together, like Bridget, the goddess, Saint Bridget.
Yeah.
You know, like they have their own form of Christianity. That, I mean, I'm sure it's still practiced today.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, it's modern Ireland. It's still alive and well. It's widespread. Fairy festivals, literature, local traditions keep the stories alive. Anything else you want to add? I think we've covered most of your notes.
We covered
here.
our bases.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. I love the idea that the fae and the fairies exist. Nothing makes me more excited and giddy to think about that.
Yeah.
And I love how much it's just holding on to that sort of idea that even in this Christian world and the Catholic versus the Protestant and everything that goes on over in Ireland, there's still that fae lore.
You're a fairy, Caleb.
It goes beyond there. Like, going back to Pangea, if we were part of them, you know that they're here too.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I heard them in my backyard. Remember? Me knock. I'm going to show that to Tina tomorrow. But.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Like, which Tina sees them.
She does.
She does see them. And, like,
I'm
we're
looking
not
at
there.
one now.
I'm not there yet. But then again, like we were talking about earlier, you hear things. You're, like, when we go into our, like, senses, you hear more than you see. Yeah, clairaudient. I would say she's everything. Yeah.
She's everything.
She literally, yesterday, she posted something before we've even, like, recorded this.
About fairies.
She posted something about fairies.
And then the day before, she posted about Pronoia, which we knew I was going to talk about how the universe works for me and us and whoever
Pronoia,
chooses.
Anyways, be a skeptic if you want.
We're just looking at Tyler's face.
After this, I will tell you something that happened last week at my session that if it doesn't make you believe, then...
I'm just a hater.
Yeah, at that point you would have to be. Like, it was intense. But yeah, I mean, she sees. She sees them.
And she believes.
I want to
We're
get
gonna
there.
sound like we're gonna start a cult, and like she sees, and we all say she sees at the same time.
She's our cult leader.
She sees.
We love you. If you listen to this, we love you, Tina.
Yeah, we do love you so much.
Yes.
So anyway, that's what we wanted to talk about today. My trip to Ireland, the fairies and everything that coexists together.
Yeah.
We love it. It's gives us fuel for life, honestly.
Yeah.
So if you have any stories about fairies or any other spiritual being,
Yeah.
send
anything.
them to us.
Send it. Send
Spirits at the-
anything you've got.
Yeah, if you have a story that you want to tell us about a fairy that you know,
Yeah.
let us know.
Yeah.
You know what? Actually, though, let's talk about you with Tina. Like the last time you were there.
Talk about your
Oh,
fairy
yeah.
experience real quick.
She said that the birch fairy was with me,
No, it's over there.
and that I was invited by the birch fairy to get
Yeah.
a wand and be magic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to like find a birch, like
Yeah.
So
I
we
did-
were on a search for a birch.
On a search for a birch.
We found one.
Kaylin found one in Ohio.
Well,
But, I
we
mean, we
found
found
one
one,
in,
yeah.
in the Smokies,
That's
too.
true.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't thick though. It was like a hickory.
What?
The
Hickory's the hardest wood that we have.
like a hickory switch.
Oh, it
The
was
one that
like
I
it
got-
was a switch. Okay.
The one that I got was like a hickory switch that you
Oh,
get
yeah.
a spanking with. It wasn't like an actual wand.
So yeah. Anyway, the birch fairy has invited Jacob to work with him.
yeah.
Work with her, I guess.
Yeah, to do
Them.
magic.
They may be a vaping. You never know.
That's true. Okay, so if you have any stories,
And if it's your birthday, we love you.
if it's your birthday, we love you. Send it to spiritsoftheroundtable@gmail.com or
hit us up on TikTok.
right, it's
Or
there. Go follow
Insta.
us. Yeah, I'm not too good at the Insta, but I'm trying.
Listen, we have sit down and we have, I mean, we're week number 5. at
We're
this
doing
point.
pretty good.
5
I'll say.
weeks in a row. We have when we say we're serious about this, we are serious about this.
Yeah.
We've got an agenda. We have weeks planned in advance.
Mm-hmm.
Weeks. So
So hit us up. Go follow us on TikTok. Send us an email. Give us a 5-star rating and a review.
Yes, please.
And
Yeah, if you love
comment
us,
on
you'll
Spotify.
Comment on Spotify.
Yeah.
Give us 6 stars.
Give
Give
us
us-
6 stars.
Give us 100 billion
Make one
stars.
up.
Give us a galaxy.
Give us 5 and then add one more in the comments.
Yes.
All right. Thanks for being here.
We
We
love
will talk to you next time.
Love you too.
Goodbye.
Bye.